Okay, hey there guys. So today's war video, as you can see in the title, it's going to be two wars put together. I think they're back-to-back wars, but they're also pretty ironic to be able to be paired together considering who's in the one alliance. So this first alliance here is DSVG. Nothing too... Actually, no, my path is pretty interesting today. So I'm on that new path 2, which has the placebos, but there's no mystics on the path, so it's really just like health and attack. As you see, I go for that power start 1, and I really was wanting to carry this through 3 fights if I could. I don't know if I was going to be able to, though. I was also doing this like somewhere weird, I think. So I was just trying to get my stuff up as quick as I can. That's what the power start 1, the heavies are for, and that SP1 kills him because of suicides and all of that. Yeah, the plan there is really just get off those heavies, try to build up to that 10-ish armors, and yeah, it all worked. So I have a Havoc today, actually, which, thinking when I did it, I probably should have put on a mutant boost, but I don't. There's no mutant boost on, and I also am going to do a Havoc fight with suicides, which is also an interesting choice. If I had entered faster... Oh, that's right. I don't go in with the power start 1. I throw in a regen boost because I have suicides, and a Havoc fight are not usually too fast because you have the SP3 animation, you're trying to build up on that slow power gain. So I knew I was going to have to do another power start 1 anyway, so I decided I would just do this. Just using the regen boost, because as you see, while boosted, I'm taking 1,000 damage a second. But I'm able to heal 400 a second. I want to take some of those on the block when I can, because they're energy damage. It'll help build up my plasma rather quickly. And I don't want to be using an SP1 here. I really just want everything to come from the timer and his SP1s. Which fortunately at the very start he was being very, very cooperative and he was throwing off his SP1s, but now I have to try to dex, but I actually get hit. Getting hit was honestly fine because I don't need Havoc past this fight, so I don't have to worry about healing him. But I did want to get as many prowess as I could, and as you see, I waited so that way the tick damage would go as far as it could, and then that I wouldn't have to worry about his shield. I threw it just before the shield came back online, and the SP3 is just going to do it. Just under that 100,000 on the SP3 and then 20,000 burst. I think that's a respectable amount. So my next fight here, have I done this one this season or was this the first time? I don't remember, but I think I have. I feel like I've done this fight already this season. I might just be thinking about this fight and that I haven't posted it yet. So my plan is power start 1, have that 33% on just in case if she gets up to SP3, her DOT will do less damage to me, plus the cowardice, it shouldn't really hurt too bad, but I really want to make sure I'll be safe here because she can get really quickly up to that SP3 with a 75% every time I get a buff. Oh, that's right, I did do this fight already because I had a bit of a plan going into this one, so it's that same strategy. I want to go in and I want to get off my heavies. Oh no, I don't go for the heavies here. Yeah, because I need to do that. That's right. Pardon me. Yeah, so I want to switch stances as fast as I can, bait out the special, go in, and right here I need to get a quick parry off. I get up to my 10, so I trigger Eradicate, my Unstoppable doesn't get eaten, she has no power, and she's dead before the animation finishes, don't even take recoil. About as simple and as nice of a kitty pride fight there, I feel like, as you can get. Yeah, that's just pretty much become my strategy there, is just turn to blitz, remove the prowess, get up to my 10 and try to do that all before, try to bait like one special and try to do it before the power snack comes back online so it doesn't eat my Unstoppable. So as you see here, so every time I block a hit during his special, he gains a prowess on the next one, but the counter side to that is every time it's a parry that I do, I'm the one that gains the prowess. Wait, right, it wasn't the dex. Yeah, I think it was for if I parry it. Pretty sure. So as you can see right here, I'm really contemplating my strategy. I believe I have an invulnerability boost on. So right there, I meant to dex that one. I was honestly supposed to duel this like all day, but I kind of was busy that day. So I wasn't able to do as many duels as I should have done. So I was a little bit unconfident in that. So what I end up deciding to do is I'm going to push him up to SP2. And I actually almost get the dex off. You really just need to avoid that last punch that I wasn't quite able to, but as you can see, I'm still at above half health with Adrenaline, and he was just about dead, and that finishes off that Quicksilver. That was a really fun fight, actually. Quicksilver is always a really interesting fight because I feel like it's very stressful when I'm in it, if that makes sense. It's like I'm in there and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is all the hits. I've talked about this before, but yeah, it's like all those hits and all of that. So here I'm putting on my suicides for my next fight. As you can see, I didn't put on as many masteries as I would normally have, right? Like, I'm going to throw these points in like Limber, I think, yeah. Because I don't need them in Stupefy, because I'm not going to have really any stuns for this fight, because I'm going to be taking the Limber mini-boss in the top right. So, my plan is, yes, to have that invulnerability in case I took an SP3, because, right, she gets lucky, she evades, and I can't really stun her. They banned White Magneto, so I don't have the passive stun to guarantee that. So if she got lucky and she evades, I don't want her... Actually, did they take that note off? I just want to be able to have the confidence that if I eat anything, I'll be fine. So right here, I'm actually going to switch back to Titan. I want to get back to Titan, was my plan, I think, so that way I can parry some of her hits. I should have been in Titan and tried to parry something in there, probably. But as you see here, I'm finally going to go for the parry. I want one more parry. And there, I got my armors. I got up to line 10. Now I'm going to throw my SP2, and Domino has a very small HP pool, so it's just about going to finish her, and it does. And very simple fight again with Nimrod. Nimrod makes all those mutants just so easy, so simple. This was our war against DSVG. They were, up until we faced them, they were undefeated as well, so we were really going into this war trying to be pretty serious. I think we accomplished that. Only 3 deaths, they had 11. It was pretty tight for a while, if I remember correctly. This was a couple days ago now, though. But it was a pretty tight war, but we were able to keep it really low, and they had a couple late deaths is what I remember happening. I might be wrong on that. But I'm really happy with our performance, and GG to them. It's always a fun war against them. Have a couple extra friends in there now. Always a good thing. So this next war is up against S, Sweetest Alliance, who is an alliance that have a lot of history with. Kind of the best way to put it. As you see, I'm putting on my science boosts. They've had a pretty good season so far. They've been climbing the ranks for the past couple seasons. They're a very, very solid alliance. They're not someone that you should take lightly. But yeah, I have a fair few connections and friends in there. Really good group of guys. So now it's time to talk about how trash they are. So yeah, they're a really bad alliance. Easy win, honestly, today. Easy win. You'll see. So I have Spider-Man 2099 here, someone I don't usually get to play a ton of. I wanted to try to get the exhaustion up for extra burst damage on my SP2 here. Got some solid damage, and I got back up to 1.5 bars. And now I really wanted to try to get into the hitting his block a little bit. I didn't want to do too much, but I wanted to hit his block a little bit. And right here, I'm just going to go back in, another SP2. Just under finishing him, which actually really worried me, because he has a lot of those Furies right there from the Rich Get Richer Fury node. They didn't put anyone else on this path, so that was my only fight in Section 1. But I was able to time my fights where I get to do all my fights in one go, which I always really like doing, just saves me some boosts. What was I doing here? Ah, yeah, that's right. So as you see, I had my glass cannon already opened up, and my suicide's ready. Suicide's on for the Nimrod fight. Mr. F, just there for the pre-fights. Spider-Man fights are always really, really fun. He's such a cool little character. I like playing him. I finally have the anti-venom synergy. I think it's a 5-star still only, though, which is kind of annoying, kind of funny. It took me I had Spider-Man 2099 in my BG, like, first, but I didn't have the synergy, so I was never assigned him as much as I probably could have been, compared to, like, other people. But then we had other people get him. So, Spite Domino. Oh, this fight. So, I put on the Power Start one, as you can see. She's lucky. She's not, like, getting stunned very long. I have a lot of armor ups. I was told I should have just pushed her to SP3. I'd probably live here. But she was already at SP3, and I'm just like, shoot, I gotta go for it. So I throw my SP2 into her. She has 3 bars of power, and I'm like, oh gosh. She was so close to standing back up, and I was not sure how much this SP3 was gonna do. So I was really panicking. I should have put on an SP3 Protect boost, but I didn't. But I really should have. but I was told it probably wouldn't have done even like 20%. So it was fine. It's just one of those things, like, in the moment that I was like really stressing about. I was like, I just wanted to throw it. I just wanted to throw this special. And she just was not throwing that special. It was all fine though, right? Nimrod definitely would have tanked it, but I wasn't confident. I should have trusted Nimrod more. I'm trying to decide right now where I was going to throw my points. I decided to put him in Glass Cannon because I'm using another Spider-Man fight, and I thought about Despair, and then I realized how stupid that would be because I have Sick and Tired, so he's just going to be heal blocked. So right now I just have to wait for my officer to clear that Quicksilver. He was using, I believe, Corvus for that. Corvus is really, really good for that, just for Quicksilver in general. But yeah, that Domino, I don't know why. Like, yeah, you have some fights just stress you out. That Domino did that for me. So here, let me explain this Bojo fight coming up really quickly. So it has that same stuff as before. It has the Feats of Power, and it has Rich Get Richer power gain. So Exhaustions and Wither reverse the power gain, correct? But I also get to have a Petrify from Mr. F. He's here for pre-fights for something else, just for a different fight. But I was told I get to use my Petrify on this fight as well. So I heal up my Spider-Man. I decided I'm just going to check which one heals him up. And I'm going to go for that Power Start 1 boost again. I end up using so many of these. My officer always gets mad when I run out, but he always assigns me like a two Power Start 1s a war. It's really crazy. So yeah, has Aspect of Evolution, has all of that stuff. So I want to get a couple Exhaustions up, because those are going to help me control his power after he gets over that 1 bar. So I probably could have put on a Petrify, their Petrify Mastery. So I end up avoiding that second heavy because he gets the charge of heavy prompt. But if you see, I'm 15 seconds in, he's already at 50%. Really happy with that. So right now I'm just trying to keep my debuffs paused. And because of Rich Get Richer and my Exhaustions, my Withers, and he has a buff, he's actually power draining himself pretty much the whole fight. So right now I want to try to get in as many block hitting as I can, because right, that's really, it's a lot of damage for Spider-Man, and you don't give them much power. So right here I just decided I'm going to go for another SP2. This is why I put on my power back boosts, because I don't have the anti-venom synergy, so I wanted to give my Spider-Man every advantage I could have. That's a really big synergy to have. It controls the fight from the start. All of that stuff is really important for him, so I put on the power back boost just to make myself safe. So here's the score for this war. I don't want to go into like exposing anyone or anything, but yeah, this was a really, really tight war. S is not an alliance that you can take lightly in the slightest. In the slightest. They pulled off a very, very good war. Easy W though. You know, they just easy W. You know, what else can I say? They got some really bad players. I've heard their BG1 is like trash. Just really mid players. Nothing else I can really say about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.